The Wii reminds me a lot of the smartphone, right? When it first came out, it got massively popular really quickly, and once people bought it, they never really got rid of it. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody I know selling a Wii, which, especially for the console being over 12 years old, I'd say makes it pretty good. Really, the Wii is kind of like the 2000s version of the NES. While the NES is known for its classic games and nostalgia, and a lot of people still have theirs or at least used one for a long time, the Wii is, in a way, that but for the newer generation. It has plenty of memorable games spanning all different kinds of genres and a seemingly endless library. And it's cheap now. Hello everybody, YoshiGuy64 here, and this is my Wii buyer's guide for 2018. I figured because the console is so inexpensive and you can find it pretty much anywhere, now is probably a good time to pick one up. Now, normally I go through my spiel with where to find things like the console and the risks of purchasing a used console, but if you've ever done something like that before, you're probably already familiar with the risks. Rather, this list is going to be more focused on what games are best to collect from the very start to give you the best experience with your new console. That said, the console is pretty common and you can find one almost anywhere for not very much money nowadays. Okay, so I feel like this one might be kind of obvious since, it came bundled with the console, but Wii Sports is a game that shows off the Wii's motion controls very well. Using these controls, you can compete in 5 different sports: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. Because this is for the most part a Nintendo-made game, it incorporates the quirky style of Mii's in this semi-realistic sporting world. By 2018 standards, the game holds up okay, but it's pretty clear that the Wii's motion controls seem much better at the time Wii Sports came out. So yeah, Wii Sports may not be the most amazingly accurate game, but it is still one that I continue to play today. In fact, just a couple days ago I threw out my right shoulder playing tennis, which either means I'm incredibly pro at this game or really, really pathetic. New Super Mario Bros. Wii is not only a feature-packed game in terms of its single-player campaign, but it is a great multiplayer game too. It introduces some new items and elements which make the game a lot of fun, but where New Super Mario Bros. Really shines is in co-op mode. Having 4 people playing this all at once is kind of hilarious, and while the game didn't necessarily make any massive changes to the series, it's a good game that holds up well in 2018. Mario Kart is pretty much a staple of every Nintendo console, and Mario Kart Wii, of course, is no exception. Almost everyone I know who owns a Wii has Mario Kart as well, and especially for its time, it was really good. Featuring 32 tracks spanning across 8 laps, Mario Kart offers plenty of long-lasting content, and the fanbase for the game is still really good even 10 years after its initial launch. Super Mario Galaxy is, well, it's a fan favorite. Although I haven't fully beaten the game myself, I do still come back from time to time and really enjoy it. The world of Galaxy is much different than something like the newer Odyssey, but in a cool way, with constantly changing environments that force you to adapt your playstyle to them. All of the levels are tons of fun, and while Galaxy does require some skill to complete, which is probably the reason I never completed it, it is still a ton of fun to play. Maybe it's just because I love the idea of an Animal Crossing on Switch, please, but Animal Crossing City Folk was definitely one of my favorite games on the Wii. Animal Crossing is a very calm series and always a fun game to play. While City Folk may not be the most advanced or feature-packed game in the series, it still has plenty of cool elements, like unique villager houses and the option to go to the city. It's a calmer game, but one I continuously find myself coming back to. And that's about it for this buyer's guide. If this was helpful to you or you think I missed something, feel free to let me know right down there in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for everything nerdy and Nintendo.